I'm Hailey.
I'm Sean.
And welcome to Hailey Hates Everything.
I pick a surprise topic.
And I get high and opinionated so we can discuss it together.
So grab a snack and hang out with us for
Hailey Hates Everything. Hi, folks, and welcome to our first official episode. Before we get started, we just wanted to go over a few things. We're going to watch a couple of segments from YouTube from the thing that we're talking about today, which, I mean, you've probably already seen the topic, given that we describe it in the description box. Right, Sean?
Yes, indeed.
But we're going to watch a couple of short videos that you can find on YouTube. The links are in the description, and we would encourage you to watch them first so you can see this sort of insanity that I had to deal with during this episode. I want you to know that I don't feel like I'm exaggerating. I mean, these things were crazy. So
come on, it's life hacks. I mean, they're there to make your life better.
No.
Be able to like hack it.
No. We'll get into it. but make sure you check out the videos if you would like to, and we're going to get into the episode. Enjoy.
Welcome to Hailey Hates Everything. On this episode...
You sound like you're going to say something really naughty. On this episode.
I just know this is one that I kind of enjoy.
Well, let's just remind the people, if you have not listened, hi, by the way, I'm Hailey, and I'm about to hate on something. If you haven't listened to our introduction episode, which was a hodgepodge of fun, I enjoyed it. We went over a little bit how this goes, but basically, I don't know what we're going to talk about today, you guys. I have no clue. I haven't been told. He has notes he keeps on his phone. He's always typing over there and looking mischievous because he's thinking of something that he's going to rile me up about while I'm talking to you. Now, so let's just reiterate. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I don't know what's happening. That's how all of these episodes are going to go. We're in it together. I just want to remind you, we are in this together. Also, I'm high. I'm ready. I'm in the zone. We're good to go. That is also how this goes. I get high. He tells me what we're going to talk about, and then I freak out about it or whatever I'm going to do. I don't know. So, that's what's happening. All right, Sean.
Yes.
Sorry I interrupted you.
No problem. Today's topic...
Uh-oh. Drum roll.
The topic is life hacks.
Oh, oh my God. Really? So he's coming out with the big guns, people. Big guns. We're starting, Sean, I don't know if you should have picked that, because we're starting at the top.
Yeah, we might have to revisit again multiple times.
Like, oh, look. I don't even know how long these episodes are going to be, but there are too many life hacks. I could do an episode on, like, just pick 2 life hacks, and I could just tell you how much I hate them episode after episode. That's how much I hate life hacks. I'm just going to say, this is kind of like when I started giving you Valentine's Day gifts after we started dating. I started big, people, big. I made a booklet out of scrapbook paper and ribbons and shit and little glitter pins and stuff. I made a booklet for him about 100 reasons why I love him.
Yeah,
that was the first Valentine's gift. You liked it? You really liked it? You remember it?
Absolutely.
He better. That's the big guns, right? And so then every year I would have to try to top myself. Like, oh my God, what tops this, like, immaculately, beautifully made little scrapbook about all the reasons, not all the reasons, but 100 reasons why I love you. And, then I'm trying to make like photo collages. And the one time after Valentine's Day, I started a binder.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this idea somewhere online. I started a binder where I was going to write one thing every day about, a fun memory, something stupid you said that made me laugh, a reason why I loved you, something nice you did for me, some reason why I appreciated you. Every day for the entire year till the next Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
that was the
a
goal.
lot.
That was like, oh my God, I'll never top this again. Why am I even doing it? And I couldn't be very consistent with it. I think I got through 3 months, and that's what I ended up giving you as the gift, because I did 3 months. That was pretty good. But it was just not something I was able to keep up with.
Yeah.
Anyway, life hacks is
Yes.
like starting at the big guns for gifts, and I don't know if we're ever going to top this. I'm worried now. I'm scared. So, oh man. So, are there specific life hacks you're going to talk about? How are you going to?
Oh yeah.
How are you going to piss me off today?
Oh yeah, we got some good ones.
Okay.
Maybe this time we'll just center on this show. I don't know if everybody's seen it. It's on True TV called Hack My Life.
Fuck my life is my life. These people, God, you guys, it's the stupidest thing. And here's why. The life hacks are like, I can see if you need some kind of life hack. This is the kind of thing that might have been helpful when I was like 20 and living in Boston in this one bedroom apartment I was sharing with 2 other friends, and it was infested with roaches and mice. We didn't have a lot of money. Like, we couldn't even afford orange juice. I had Tang. I put Tang in vodka because I had a friend go to the liquor store for me and buy me a thing of vodka, but I had like $20. So she got the really cheap, crappy one. And I was like, oh God, why do people like this? And I put Tang in it, and that I got drunk. Because, I'm just saying, when you're in your early 20s, you're some kind of college-aged person.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of money. There's not a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And a lot of help, and you're like, it's bad. I could see where some of these things would be helpful because, you gotta MacGyver stuff. You gotta use things, multiple use, kind of multi-purpose items.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Absolutely.
Right? However, if that ain't you, I don't know why this is helpful. If you can... Life hacks are somehow needed because you haven't been organized, or you cannot afford the things that have already been created to do the job you need them to do. And life hacks are for people who have been too lazy and unorganized to get the stuff they need to get the job done. It's really just quite dumb. I hate it. Okay. Here's an example of a segment on the Life Hack Show, because Sean has made me watch it multiple times. Not whatever we're talking about, but like in previous times.
Maybe you should hold on and wait. Maybe I'll play one of those types of segments for you.
Sean, take the wheel.
So we'll put links to, I think I got all like YouTube ones. So we'll put links to them in the show notes. Otherwise, you might be able to even just like search for them.
Oh.
Ooh, I think this
What in the world?
I think this is the one you like the best. It's Hack My Life, 6 Degrees of Hacks.
Is that one of those segments?
I think so.
We're like, oh, I didn't have this, so I had this. That was the one I was going to talk about, though, where I was going to say why I hate it. Okay, so you're about to show one of the things that I know that I hate, and I'm going to tell the people why. So it's a series of unfortunate events in which a person, it's usually one of the hosts of the show, this person has not been very organized, nor do they own most of the things they need for a day in their life. So they have to use other things to do the job they need to do because they ran out of whatever the heck they needed. Does that make sense? So it's like, oh, I don't have toilet paper and I need to wipe my butt. What should I do? And then there's a voiceover when they're showing the really stupid hack, and it's like, get some newspaper and squirt it with lemon juice and let it dry in the sun, and then tear it into strips, and then that's what you use as toilet paper. And then the person comes back on and says, oh, but I used my newspaper as my toilet paper. Now I don't have a newspaper. What am I supposed to do? And then it'd be like, go over to your neighbor's house, conk them on the head with a frying pan, and steal their newspaper. And then you got a newspaper. It's just ridiculous. And then it's like, oh, I don't have a neighbor. What am I going to do? And then everything leads to the next unfortunate event. And then there'd be a voiceover like, get a whole bunch of mannequins and put them in your front yard, and then go out and take them coffee, and they're new neighbors. Like, just, just completely.
As you can imagine, I've made Hailey sit through a number of these Hack My Life episodes.
Yeah, it's parts of my life I can't get back, quite frankly. Because I can't stand them. It just makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. I think out of all of the ones that you've made me watch in the past, I think 2 of these so-called life hacks were actually something helpful. 2 things. And I don't even remember what they were.
I remember what one of them is, but we'll go over that at the end or whatever.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're going to watch this clip. You guys can watch it and make some comments.
What? What? Okay. Can we just pause it and talk about it?
Yes. So this is 6 degrees of hacks, where it's like hack upon hack upon hack upon hack. We got to hack number 2, and Hailey's blown up.
We're 25 seconds in. Okay, so Dummy doesn't like clunky pill bottles, so she wants to put her pills in her contact lens case. Okay, fine. That's good for like a day.
Yeah.
But they do make actual little thin pill bottles that aren't your contact case, you know? They're like $4 on Amazon. Look it up. It's not that difficult. Secondly, then this is part of the kicker. So then she's like, oh, but if I'm using my contact lens case for my pills, where do I put my contact lenses? Have her buy another one. You can get multiple contact lens cases. You're not just given one, and that's the one you have to have your entire life. You could own 10 contact lens cases if you wanted to. So why doesn't she just do that?
Maybe she's living the minimalist life. She's Marie Kondo in it, or whatever it is.
No, that's not what that...
She doesn't find joy in multiple contact lens cases.
Now, because she doesn't have her contact lens case, and you've paused it. I don't know the whole story. I just know that it's horrendous. And that's the fact. Oh my God. So, okay. She doesn't have a contact lens case because she's using that for her pills. Yet she still has to take her contacts out and put them somewhere. Mm-hmm. So then a voiceover homie is like, why don't you get a coffee creamer thingamajiggy?
The tiny little cup.
The tiny little cup. Why don't you get one of those, dump out the creamer, rinse it off, and then stick your contacts in there? Into a coffee creamer container. Like, are you kidding me? That's insane. I don't know anyone who would do that and be like, this is a good idea. Nothing bad is gonna happen. I won't look completely dumb.
I mean, I'd probably take the pills out of the contact case and put them in the creamer thing versus the other way around, you know?
They make bottles for the pills, so you don't even need to use the contacts case or the coffee creamer pot for that either.
I mean,
and like there's
you probably got some tinfoil. You could put the pills in a tinfoil.
Tinfoil exists. Like, it's just so sad. It's so sad. Sometimes it just depresses me.
This is a life hack.
All right, carry on.
We got another 10 seconds in.
Now her coffee's gonna taste awful?
She doesn't have creamer.
Okay, but where is she that she got the creamer? Like, let's say the whole reason that she's up the creek without a paddle is that she's traveling for work and she's at the hotel and she wakes up and she's like, oh crap, I have lost control of my entire life. I have one of some things and none of other things, and I've got to try to make it work. This is a make it work moment. What the hell am I going to do? I'm going to go down to the little buffet, the breakfast buffet, the free thing, the continental breakfast, and I'm going to get some coffee creamers. Just two, mind you. Just two. Because I know I have some contacts that I got to take out, that I slept in. I got to take them out. This is terrible. I'm in pain. I know that I've got coffee because morning time, and I still have to go to work. So I'm going to get coffee. I'm going to get 2 coffee cream. That's just 2, knowing that I'm going to use them for my contacts.
It's an acceptable amount of
And then once
creamer
I
for a
get
cup
to
of coffee.
Maybe. But once I get to the room, I'm going to dump out the creamer, not into the coffee. I'm going to dump it into the sink, where I then take out my contacts. And then I'm going to be like, oh, crap. I have this perfectly great coffee here, but apparently not great enough to drink black. I'm going to need those crappy little creamers.
Yeah.
And I don't have any creamers. 1, why'd you dump it into the sink? 2, go down to the lobby and get 2 more. And then you don't have to ask some man in the sky what you're going to do to your coffee because you were so stupid you dumped the creamer into the sink instead of into the coffee. That's what I'm talking about here. There's no thought put into it. There is no responsibility taken for the bad choices that have led to this moment where you own 1 contact lens case and you have to carry pills at the same time and you don't know where you're going to put your contact lenses. That's just bad choice making. So, this is where this young lady is at in her life.
And we're only into step 2 of, like, I'm assuming 6 degrees, 6 levels.
I don't even know where this could go.
Oh, we're going to find out.
Because right now, there's a bag of coffee.
Yes.
And they're going to probably dump something in it to make it crappier because she can't go to the lobby and get 2 coffee creamers. Let's take a look. What? Sean. What?
You haven't tried it yet. Don't knock it.
I don't need to. They sprinkled salt in the coffee beans to supposedly make the coffee taste better. It's salt. It's salt.
It's making your coffee more savory, you know.
No,
Salty coffee.
I don't friggin' buy it.
You've had caramel salted coffee before.
The caramel is salted, not the coffee.
Half of one, half of another.
That's not how that works. This is straight up salt in the coffee. You just gonna dump some salt into your coffee?
Maybe it's caramel coffee and you're adding some salt.
Look, it's hotel coffee. She's gotten crappy hotel coffee. We know it tastes like rocket fuel. It's not that great. It's gross. We know that. But then you're gonna dump some salt into it? No, thank you. No, thank you. There's no way.
All right, now
Carry
find
on.
out where this is going.
All right. Oh, God.
They use the salt. Are they gonna be out of salt?
I am just dumbfounded.
Apparently, the few dashes of salt into the coffee used up all the coffee. I mean, all the salt
for her snowy driveway.
Yes.
Which, that's not even the same kind of salt, right? Don't they have like a chunkier salt for sidewalks?
Yeah, I mean, you usually get like a rock salt, yeah. Versus like a table
So
salt.
would actual table salt still.
I'm sure it would work. Yeah.
But you'd have to use it. I mean,
Yeah,
you
you'd have
can
to use
do
a
it
lot.
to, keep a spirit contained. It does help keep bad things out.
Okay.
You can put it across your threshold.
Mm.
It's supposed to keep the bad spirits out. Oh, but I ran out of salt and the demon got in. What do I do now?
You need to exorcise that demon.
Oh, or get the Ghost Brothers.
Oh.
I friggin' love the Ghost
All right.
Brothers.
Tangent.
Tangent alert. Tangent alert.
That's
Tangent.
something we don't hate. Something I don't hate is the Ghost Brothers.
Yeah. If you got Discovery Plus, check out Ghost Brothers.
Oh my gosh, they're so great. Marcus is our favorite.
Absolutely.
But I love when Jawan runs into spider webs. And Dalen, he tries to keep things together. But man, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't even want to get into it right now. But it's so good. The Ghost Brothers.
I'm gonna pop the trunk on these ghosts.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it. That's what I do. I love the Ghost Brothers. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's 3 African American men ghost hunting.
Yeah.
And they're so funny, and they don't like ghosts. And they don't like to ghost hunt, so I don't know why they're doing it. I think they want to like it, and then they just freak out when anything happens. It's so good. It just cracks me up. They're great. Okay, sorry.
All right, off that tangent.
All right,
we haven't
sorry.
even finished the 6 degrees. We've gotten like 3 degrees in.
Well, we're not even done with this part because she doesn't have the salt. We talked about salt. I started talking about salt. That's what got us off. This is something that I do. Not just when I'm high, but this happens sometimes. This is the juice, people. You're getting the freshly squeezed Hailey here, and I hope that it's palatable. So Homegirl doesn't have salt for her slippery driveway, and apparently no proper shoes to walk on ice.
Mm-mm.
And God forbid she walk through the grass where it might be a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's probably high on.
She doesn't hack her life in those ways, having proper footwear and, taking a detour through her yard. So instead she complains about ice. What would work the next best thing to salt for your sidewalk? Apparently, kitty litter.
Oh, yeah.
Kitty litter. And as she mentioned, she doesn't have a cat. Where is she going to get random kitty litter?
I thought she had. I don't know. I think she has a cat or something.
Oh, is that who pissed on this rug that we're looking at right now?
Yeah.
I mean,
We passed
maybe
it on
she did.
a nice, real deep yellow piss stain on a carpet.
Yeah. I was gonna say it looks like it just pissed on the white part, but I see that it's also on the blue.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Also, whoever that is needs more water.
It's the cat.
Okay, that cat needs to hydrate. Okay. Carry on. Okay, so
This is usually where things get a little off the rails.
it's because they're scraping around the house for things that already exist. They could just go to the store and get what they need. But they want to do it the hard way. So, okay, people. Let's go over this. Instead of going to the store and getting an odor remover, stain remover for the cat piss on your rug, because I'm sure the cat has done this before, she should have some kind of spray for this such situation. Like, should, unless she just bought this cat and she's never had a cat before, I can see why she wouldn't have a spray for this. But I don't think that's what's happening. I think she's had this cat. It's been there a while. It's peed on the carpet again. Her life is a mess. She doesn't have a stain remover, and she apparently can't go to the store to get one. So what do we suggest she do? We suggest she find an empty, cleaned out spray bottle somewhere in her house.
Sure.
Everyone I know, they have like half full spray bottles of bleach around the house. They don't have an empty, pristine spray bottle ready to go. And if she doesn't have one of those, maybe she bought them on Amazon, because I was looking at consolidating our stuff and putting them in their own spray bottle. So everything was the same size. This is when we were working on the laundry room, okay? And it looks fantastic. I was thinking about consolidating, put them all in the same kind of spray bottle, same size, everything. So everything would look a lot more organized in there. But I was going to have to buy them, specifically these spray bottles.
Oh, yeah.
So if she can, like, buy them on Amazon, she can march her happy butt to Target and get some odor pet stain remover stuff. Okay? I'm just saying. So first of all, she's got to get the spray bottle. Then she's supposed to fill it with water. Great. Everybody should have water. I don't think everybody does, but they should. Water, fine. Then she needs to add white vinegar, which I don't know how many people regularly have that, but it's good for, you know, getting out sour smell from laundry. It's a good cleaning agent, that kind of thing. So let's just assume most people have that. Then they have to put what the hell else in there? Alcohol, hydrogen peroxide. They got to put baking soda in there. What's going in there?
I don't think alcohol. All right, hold on. We'll go back.
What? This is everything that's going in the spray bottle. Water, white vinegar, baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and soap.
My problem with this one is, like, they don't, like, tell you what sort of ratios or anything.
No, they don't tell you shit. They're like, just dump all this in a spray bottle and use that for the cat piss. And she could way easier go to the store. Just go to the store.
What if she's, like, I don't know, an hour from, like, you know, town or something?
Then that's on her. She should have a backup of, like, 10 odor remover pet stain things when she knows she is that far away. Look, when I run out of toothpaste, I go to the store and I buy like 2 more packs. That's 4 toothpaste tubes, and I'm stocked. I'm ready. I will never run out of toothpaste. But if I tell him to get me toothpaste because I ran out, he comes back with 1 tube. 1 tube. So you, my friend, probably would need these life hacks. I would not. I would be prepared. I would stay organized. I would keep a list of things I'm running out of, things I need. That's what I do. So, this is, I feel like those ingredients people probably have, but there's no input. And probably you can go to Pinterest and look up this recipe or whatever.
Yeah,
but if
sure.
you're going to take it upon yourself to call yourself Hack My Life, and you're going to give some hacks and that are very rarely useful, maybe you want to give some more information. Keep going. See, I told you. Who pissed on the rug? Who pissed on the rug? I'm going to have him rewind that, because remember I said I don't think she has a cat, and you said she does have a cat. That's who pissed on the rug. And we're like, oh, okay. So that's why she didn't have kitty litter, because someone pissed on the rug, and we don't know who. And that, I'm telling you, someone needs to hydrate. That was disgusting. Did she piss on the rug?
I don't know. This sounds like a Knives Out type of situation.
Ooh, can we get Chris Evans in here? Chris Evans, if you would like to be on our podcast, we would love to talk to you about stuff. I think that would be so cool. We can talk about things that you don't like, or we could just talk about things that you like. Chris Evans, please come on our podcast. Thank you. Sorry, I got distracted. So
she had kitty litter and a piss stain.
Oh, that's what she used on her driveway.
Yes.
Or what sidewalk, whatever the hell. And then
she had a
was
piss
like,
stain.
well, someone pissed on the rug.
Yeah. And not a cat, because she said she didn't have a cat.
Yeah, so at the end of the thing, when we were watching this, because we paused it, we watched the very last second of the video in which she says, I'm not getting a cat. But we thought that's who pissed on the rug. So who pissed on the rug? That's the question.
Yep.
Is that the title of the podcast?
Who pissed on the rug?
Who pissed on the rug?
Yeah.
People would be like, what the heck is happening? What are we getting ourselves into? On that note, it's time we take a break.
for our second video, we're going to watch Hack My Life, Broke Ass Bob's Guide to Date Night.
I hate it already. This is going to be terrible.
Oh.
It's going to be so terrible.
It'll be great.
Okay, let's pause it. So, the backstory for Broke Ass Bob is already so long. For a segment about stupid ideas about how to do things you could already be doing. So, we've laid out this story of this man who has something's gone wrong. I'm not just going to say that he's some kind of dummy and that's why his life is shit. Anything could go wrong. We've all had really crappy times.
Pandemic.
Yeah, for starters.
Yeah.
Pandemic. So, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. However, I want to know what he's told her about him. Because I just feel like, no. First of all, he's not going to get a date. Not right now. He just needs to focus on bettering himself. He needs to, build up his self-esteem.
Part of the premise here is
balance, bank balance.
Is that Bob only has $20 in the bank right now.
$20. Okay, and also here's the thing. I haven't even got into it yet. You've skipped ahead, but I'm going step by step. There's a lot to talk about here. So, not only that, Broke Ass Bob, he's in a bad place. Instead of trying to work on himself, he's focusing on getting in someone's pants. If we all looked more inward in our lives and tried to better ourselves and focused on ourselves, the right things would come to us, I feel. Things would flow better. Everybody's always looking outside. Do you know what I mean?
True.
And that's an issue. It's an issue. So anyway, Broke Ass Bob. So he calls this lady, lady friend. I don't know how close they are. Maybe she doesn't know anything about him. Maybe she felt bad for him and she gave him her phone number and now he's using it. And she's like, oh shit. But she answers the phone and he says, hey, you want to go for a walk? When a guy says, hey, you, it means he don't remember your name.
Or he's in a room with someone else. He doesn't want to know you're talking to him.
He's with his wife and he shouldn't be calling you. So, click, hang up, red flag. Already red flag. Let's say this is their first date. Because he suggested they just go for a walk.
Yeah.
Now, walks aren't bad. They can be great.
Yeah.
I know people have gone hiking their first date, which I think is a terrible idea. Because you're out in the woods with someone you don't know, they could be a murderer.
Yeah, that's true. That's not great.
I don't think that's a good idea. Not a first date. Unless you've known them for a really long time and you're absolutely 110% sure they're not going to murder you. Going for a walk. Great. Cool. But you'd go for a walk on a waterfront or something. Maybe you would just get some ice cream, get some churros or whatever the hell they have at a waterfront.
Oh, maybe they got one of them
chowder.
little donut things.
Yeah, like the mini donut things.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
Ooh, yeah.
Something I love, which
Tangent alert. Tangent alert.
may come up here and there. Pips Donuts in Portland, right? It's called Pips.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They have these little tiny donuts. They have little fillings. You like Nutella filling. They have seasonal ones. They've had some lemon ones, and we've only ever had them at the Zoo Lights Zoo thing around Christmas time. But they're friggin' fantastic. And we order a few orders when we have them. We're usually sharing with Sean's mom. So it's like a little treat, a little warm treat because it's usually really cold. Anyway, something about Pip's Donuts.
Walking on the waterfront on a first date.
Walking on a waterfront on the first date. Get your little treats. Maybe have a few drinks. Look at the ocean. Go sit out there, chit-chat. Watch people. Look at seagulls. Whatever the heck else, right? That's a good first date, I think. There's activities and stuff happening. You don't have to talk the whole time.
True.
And you don't have to just have a dinner. You could have just some little treats or whatever.
A lot of things going on. You can
Yeah.
kind of talk about. It's not just like
Yeah.
full on, just like face to face,
Yeah.
trying to
But-
figure out things to talk about.
But Bob is broke, and so it sounds like he's just suggesting a jaunt through the neighborhood, which is not what first dates are made for. Like, that's not it. So that's the thing. First red flag. Hey, you. Excuse me? Say my name. Say my name. That is what she should have said. So she knows for sure that he knows who he's calling, and he don't have a lady friend with him.
Yep.
Okay, carry on. Flan? He says they always order the flan. Who?
I guess his lady friends.
Not that lady. Not the lady they're showing. She's not going to order flan. Are you kidding? I haven't been around that many people ordering flan.
Maybe they're down in LA and they got some good flan down there. I don't know.
Well, that's true. Well, see, the flans that I have been very few, but they just haven't been that great. They're
Yeah.
like that kind of, it's like mousse if it were Jell-O, right? It just has like a weird texture. I'm not a huge fan of flan, nor do I know any flan fans. So,
It feels more like a mix
like-
between like Jell-O and pudding. I don't know.
that sounds terrible.
It's kind of like it's more stable like a Jell-O, but it's more of like a cream-based, like caramely pudding type of thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not a fan of the texture. So, and I've never truly seen people order flan. So, I don't know who he's dating.
Now if they got creme brulee,
No, creme
throwing
brulee,
down
come
on
on.
some creme brulee.
That's a different texture, too.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad about hating flan, but liking creme brulee. It's not just because it has a fancy name, it's a whole different texture. If flan had a nice crust, I think it would be better.
If anybody knows a good flan recipe we can try out, let
Yeah,
us
I mean,
know.
we'll make some flan.
Yeah.
We'll do what we can for the flan.
Mm-hmm.
Flan fans, let us know. Because I'll try it. I'll try it again. I don't need to hate it.
Can you put like berries on a flan? I don't know like all the
Berry
different options are,
Yeah, we
you know.
should-
All right, let's see where this is going.
No. So the only other shirt he has is one with like grape jelly stains all over the front that he has refused.
I'm pretty sure that's okay. That doesn't quite look like a
it
wine
could be
stain.
wine. But do you
It's
think broke
pretty
ass
purple.
Bob has some wine? Come on, unless it's boxed. This homie ain't buying wine. Are you kidding me? He maybe has a cheap ass beer in his fridge, and that's about it. Jar of pickles, cheap ass beer, some peanut butter in the cabinet.
Some yellow mustard.
Maybe there's a pack of like just gross congealed hot dogs in there. This is what this guy probably has in his fridge. So that's not a wine stain. That's grape jelly. Because that's what he slaps on his peanut butter sandwich, because that's all he can afford to eat for every meal of the day. So, and he hasn't bothered. He has not bothered at all to try to get that purple off that white ass shirt.
Yeah, I feel like you could use some bleach and get that out pretty good
No,
on
he
like
should
a
have used
white
that
white
2
shirt.
months ago, the last time he wore this shirt.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, just now, you're going to try to get the grape jelly stain out. Carry on. What did I say? Did you fall asleep with a box of wine again? What did I say? Broke ass Bob is a box wine drinker if he buys wine, which I still don't believe that he would buy wine. Just look at him.
There's some decent box wines out there.
Well, he's got those glasses on and that hairdo, so yeah, he probably does have wine. It's definitely boxed though, because he's broke.
True.
Although we know someone who's not broke who does love boxed wine.
Yes. You could get some good ones out there now.
Well,
in theory.
nowadays.
Yeah.
You know the other reason that I hate boxed wine? That's what my mom drank. And ooh, she was not a good
Oh,
person.
that's a whole nother episode
that's a
series.
whole can of worms.
That's a season.
I don't think we'll ever open. We shouldn't. We should keep that worm bag shut. Probably. But anyway, I'm just saying, that probably has something to do with my hatred for box wine, other than it tastes like shit. Is that my mom drank it all the time? Like way too much of it. So
Maybe you haven't had the right box wine. I'm not going to put it down completely. I mean, you know.
box wine companies, if you'd like to send us some wine, we would love it. We will try it, and we'll tell the people that we tried it, and we'll try to enjoy it.
I'll get a stain on my shirt, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Hailey broke.
My mouth is hanging open. So number one that I totally missed was, the first thing is, he says, nobody's gonna notice. The 7-inch long grape jelly stain on his white dress shirt. No one's gonna notice, he thinks. Are you kidding?
I mean, if he wore like a V-neck sweater vest or something, boom.
Yeah, but he's broke. You
That's
think he has
how
a
I'd hack my
sweater
life there.
vest? And then you get stains on the sweater vest. That's how you roll. No, so look, he can't bother to try to get a stain out of his shirt. But you know what he can bother with, people? He can bother with getting the random beets that are sitting on his counter, chopping them up, putting them into boiling water until they emit their color, and then shoving his white shirt into the scalding pot of beet water to dye his shirt pink before his friggin' date, just to cover up the jelly stain. He can do all that. I don't even know how long that takes. We don't know. We don't know how long that takes. I'm going to look that up. And he couldn't do that. He couldn't go to the store to buy a new shirt.
He's only got $20. I mean, he'd have to walk to the store for one.
That. Then don't go on the date. Just don't go. You shouldn't go. You have $20. You have $20.
On the spot investigation.
How to dye a shirt with beet water. Brought it to a boil. Let the beets boil fully immersed for about an hour.
Oh, dang.
That's just the beets.
Yeah.
After the hour, the beets have, let out their color. Then you can leave the shirt in for hours. So in this article that I'm reading, it's from a blog. Oh, it's from thecut.com. It's by Kelly Conaboy. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, it's about her dyeing a shirt with beets. She left her shirt in for 3 hours, and it is not nearly as dark as his shirt.
Oh, that's like tie-dyed almost.
So his would have to be in there for at least 24 hours. Don't you think, to get that dark? It would have to be in there for quite some time. And that's after letting the beets boil for at least an hour. And then you put your shirt in for some more hours.
I think I might have to try this one.
Oh my lord. They suggested letting the shirt sit in the beet water for up to 24 hours and ironing it once it's dry to set the color.
Oh, interesting.
She liked it, but again, she spent at least 4 hours doing her shirt, and it's not nearly as dark as his.
Yeah.
So, no, this doesn't pass.
We'll see. I'll do it, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, now he's got this fantastic
So now he's
purple
got a
shirt.
pink-ass beet shirt on. Because somehow it's covered up the jelly stain.
$2.48 for his shirt.
Is that how much they spent on beets?
I'd imagine that's beet cost. I'll have to check on the cost of beets.
Okay. What in the hell? What in the hell? Okay. So he doesn't have jeans that fit him. Because apparently he's lost weight because he's broke. These jeans are way too baggy. They don't fit him properly. And he apparently has never owned a belt in his lifetime. So what does he do? He looks through his kitchen cabinet where somehow there is a bungee cord. There are 2 bungee cords. And apparently that's what he needs to create suspenders to keep his pants on his body. So he attaches these bungee cords to his belt loops like a friggin' insane person. Instead of, just get a belt. You're a grown-ass man. He's clearly in his 40s. He should have a belt. At the very least. If he needs suspenders, he should find some. He can probably get them on Amazon for like $5. Anyway. He looks like a country bumpkin that's trying to dress up to go to the Applebee's. That's what he looks like. He didn't have suspenders. They were his dad's, and they're buried with his dad's body.
Oh my God.
And he can't afford a belt because there's nothing else he can do but use bungee cords as suspenders. And I know people do this because you've had some questionable belts in the time that I've known you. Because
I've
God
hacked
forbid,
my life before.
God forbid you go to the store and get a belt. Or look online and buy a belt. No, this man has used shoestrings.
I mean, you could be working out in the yard. You got some old pants. Yeah, a shoestring.
Yeah, but you haven't just worn shoestring belts with your yard clothes. That's one thing. I don't care about that. It's when you want to leave the house. You are also representing me when you leave the house. And a shoestring belt. No, that's not going to cut it. Unless all of your belts suddenly broke. If there was a little fairy that just like cut all of your belts overnight and you needed a belt and you had to use a shoestring, cool. Okay, I get it. But that never happens. If you're a grown-ass man, there should be a few basic things in your wardrobe. And they don't have to be expensive. They don't have to look the most posh. They should be what they need to be. All right? You should have some dress socks. You should have some short socks. You should have some nice shoes and some, like sneakers and shit. You should have some jeans that fit you well. You should have a friggin' belt. Okay, you probably don't need cufflinks. You probably don't need suspenders. But you do need a belt. If you're a grown-ass man who wants the respect of a woman enough to date your ass, you need a belt. You need to be able to afford a belt, and you need to own a belt already. At the very least. Otherwise, no.
You're not into scrubs?
I don't want no scrubs. All right, let's be clear. A scrub is a guy who can get no love from me. Anyway, we're not done with this travesty of a human being yet.
We're halfway through.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
fuck.
Oh.
This man then is so intelligent that he pops the suspenders upon his nipples and then is surprised when it hurts. He's shocked that he just hurt himself with bungee cords.
Oh, ouch. That would be painful.
Yeah, it would. And you knew that ahead of time. You didn't have to do it to know that.
Pour vous, madame.
Where did he get these? Oh no! Oh no! What is that? Okay, so...
Okay, they didn't talk about that at all.
They're not even going to talk about the abomination he presented her with when she arrived at his house.
I guess that was a failed life hack. They had to cut that one.
He was trying to be nice and give her some flowers. I don't know where the hell he got the flowers. They look dried. I don't know if he just had some, like if it's his mom's house that he lives in now and she had some fake flowers and he decided to use those. But he took VHS tapes and he made a large box of a container as a planter, if you will. So all of these VHS tapes are glued together, and I don't hate it as an idea for like
it's upcycling. That's a thing.
Yeah, and you could paint it so it's not, if you want it to be colorful or whatever. If you liked 80s stuff or there was a particular theme or you just thought they looked cool. Like, I get kind of making some kind of container or decoration with VHS tapes. I think that's perfectly fine.
I think a cassette tape one with a succulent in it.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially because cassette tapes, like, there's a lot of really colorful ones, and they have
Mm-hmm.
labels and stuff, so there's a lot happening there. Yeah, I like it. So that's not the issue. The issue is that this thing is like 10 by 10. It's quite large. And then he's apparently gotten some free dirt from his yard and put it into this thing. It's never going to hold water, okay? That
True.
thing's going to drip everywhere. But
Well, they didn't do the hack on that. Maybe he lined it with saran wrap or
no, he didn't.
something.
Clearly, the dirt there was no wrap. There was nothing. It was all just naked VHS tapes covered in dirt. And then these flowers, this small little bunch of flowers, was shoved in the middle of this giant box. And she looks at this thing like, oh, and then says, "I love your suspenders." He's wearing the bungee cord suspenders. That's how we know she hates this ugly thing he just gave her, because she said your bungee suspenders are awesome. She's changing the subject completely instead of saying thank you.
I know.
So
I think
we know.
I would think if you showed up to a date and I was wearing bungee cords and suspenders, it'd just be like, something came up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he doesn't have his stuff together. He can't handle himself. He cannot handle me. So I gotta go. Be like the Backstreet Boys. Gotta go. Come on, y'all. I love boy bands. That's something I love. Boy bands.
Indeed.
All right. So this grown-ass man who lives in a house is apparently so broke. I don't know where he's living, okay? But he has a tin can on a string as his door knocker. When I know for damn sure you can go to Home Depot and get a knocker for under $10.
He's only got $20 in the bank.
But this is right now. If he's still living, he's got a job.
I'd probably go
Right?
without a door knocker. I mean, people got hands. They can knock
Yeah,
themselves.
why do a knocker? But he's got a very large rope. We're talking, it's at least 2.5 feet on each side, and then the tin can is at the bottom. It's like a jump rope with a tin can on his door. On his door, Sean.
Yeah.
And that's not a red flag?
Yeah, a lot of red flags going on here.
I mean, as a man, if you were like, I have a knocker that's rope and a tin can, like I'm a friggin' 12-year-old in the country, would you really think someone wouldn't notice that? And be like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you're going to say.
It's not part of my journey.
Well, lucky you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we have to talk about this candle. All right, so let's go over the ingredients for the cheese rind candle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you do see how they're ticking up the cost for each of these things that he's decided to make.
Mm-hmm.
So we're to believe that even though he has only $20, he's still using every dollar of that to actually make some things for this date. Is that what we're to believe? So he's making this cheese rind candle. He takes cheese rind,
The
red,
the waxy rind
red,
off of some cheese.
like a Baby Bell type situation.
Yeah, it's like a big chunk of Baby Bell
And he melts that down in the microwave.
in a stemless wine glass. Yes,
In a stemless wine glass, which he has for some reason.
it could be any type of cup. I would assume.
Not a solo cup, which is what this guy would have. That would melt a solo cup. So he puts this, he melts it in the microwave. And then what does he add to it?
A dash of vanilla,
That's it?
and then I think some string.
Some string, that's the wick, which it's not going to stay upright. It's going to loop around and fall. It's just going to fall into the wax.
I didn't. All right, here. We'll go back and see what it was exactly.
He would have to loop the twine around like a toothpick or something and then make sure that the end is the only thing that's in the candle, and balance the toothpick on top until the candle completely hardens. Then he can trim the wick and have that. How long is it going to take? That was like liquidy. It looked like wine. That's how much he melted this cheese rind. That's going to take time to dry, to like harden
Yeah.
and cool.
Might take a couple minutes or something. You just gotta.
That much wax?
Yeah, I think so. I think wax dries pretty quick.
I don't think so. But anyway, that's not going to work.
He can do it during the 4 hours that his shirt sits in the.
I also
the
don't
beads.
understand why this guy would have vanilla extract. Because that's what he dumped into this little wax candle. This sad little wax candle. To like impress her. And he's spending almost $5 on this little abomination. Which I don't understand.
But you get the cheese as a byproduct of it, so it's
Well,
kind
is
of a
he gonna
win-win.
Is he going to use the cheese?
You're going to use the cheese. You're going to eat the cheese. I mean, come on.
That heifer before didn't use the creamer.
True.
He's probably going to throw the cheese in the garbage
that'd
and
be
then say,
horrible.
"Where's my cheese?"
No, he can't throw the cheese away. That'd be some really bad food waste.
I don't think he would buy this kind of cheese either. They're setting this guy up. They're giving him a whole backstory about why he's such a loser, and then they're making him have things that losers wouldn't have. Like Baby Bell cheese
Maybe
and
he's got some.
vanilla extract. I've met some losers, okay? And they did not have vanilla extract in their house.
Well, he might have some stuff left over. He's ran into some issues, but he still has some stuff in his pantry, you know.
Like Baby Bell cheese that's been there since before
Well, he
he
spent-
lost his job a year
He
and
spent
a half
$4.67 on that cheese. I think that's.
ago. I don't trust it as a plot point.
I don't feel like you would have got as much wax as they had there out of that size of slice of cheese for the
Oh, hell
$4.67.
no.
But
All right,
anyway.
let's keep it moving. Oh my goodness. Okay. So okay, this is so oh my god. I don't even know if we have enough time for this. Just this one alone. I could talk about this like oh my lord. All right. So did you see, can we rewind for a minute and see the centerpiece he had on his counter? That thing, is that a toilet paper roll?
So their plates. There's a napkin. It appears to be pushed through a toilet paper roll, and then it has a knife and fork in it.
Yeah, and that toilet paper roll has stains on it. It is multicolored. And it had to have been cut. It's not as tall as a toilet paper roll. And he has a knife sticking up in the air. It's like he's only ever seen movies of nice place settings, and this is what is in his mind.
Personally, I wouldn't necessarily mix like things that are like in the bathroom next to my toilet with eating.
Well, yeah, that too. But also, like, he could cover the toilet paper roll with fabric or something so it doesn't show up. Like, there are other crafty things he can do with toilet paper rolls to make them not look like toilet paper rolls.
Maybe he cut up a paper towel roll.
Okay, let's assume it's not feces
Yes.
adjacent.
Yeah.
And it's a paper towel roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Still, though, it's a naked paper towel roll. And he could have,
Yeah, he could jazz that
he
up.
could have wrapped the napkin around that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a friggin' fountain or something.
Oh, yeah, that would have
And
been
then it's
better.
just a danger with the knife and fork pointing up. What if she starts choking on something, falls face forward, stabbed in the brain, stabbed in the eyeball, and it's his fault because that's what he thought was fancy?
Then he could probably make a lot of money selling them organs.
Oh my god. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that so nonchalantly. Oh, he's gonna harvest them organs. Oh my goodness gracious.
He's gonna have a limited amount of time.
Well,
He's
he
gonna have
does
to
need
go.
the
He's
money.
gonna spend a couple bucks to go get some ice to put in the bathtub, to put the body in the bathtub with the ice and stuff.
Maybe that's where his money goes. You know, especially these like he harvests he invites some dumb lady over who has not seen the red flags, gives her a nice meal, poisons her, harvests her organs, sells those, and gets his money. Lasts on that for as long as he can before he finds his next victim. And that's what I'm saying. Red flag. Pay attention to red flags. She has no business being here. No business being here. Carry on. 2 more seconds in. The bungees are pulling his pants up so high that his balls have a wedgie. And I don't know about you, but I don't feel like staring at a dude's nuts for the whole dinner. Okay? I don't understand. His shirt probably smells like beets. And his pants are pulled up so high, his nuts are all the way on one side hanging down, and it's very obvious.
I wasn't paying attention. I gotta see this. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's all of his junk. He definitely hangs to the left.
It's not a bulge, it's just a hang. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's not a good look. It's another red flag. Red flag. Hate it. Now, at this point in time, he hasn't even started dinner. She's stuck here longer because he doesn't have his shit together enough to even have prepared. That's how much he loves having her over. He has put no thought into it. Other than, I guess, dyeing a shirt with beets for 24 hours and making a candle for at least one. So then he pulls out an old pizza, which I don't buy for a second that he's only had 1 or 2 slices of that thing. And the voiceover says, this thing that you're making will be your first hot meal in months. But y'all, there's a pizza in the fridge. And it used to be hot. It probably came hot. Or it was free, which maybe he got it free cold. But it's been in there for months. We're assuming that pizza. And he's going to feed it to this girl. That's how she dies.
Maybe it's the first homemade hot meal, versus like a bought hot meal.
Well, okay. There's some old-ass pizza in his fridge, so he pulls that out. No, actually, before he even pulls it out, he tells her, why don't you look the other way while I make you a secret recipe? If a guy tells you to look over there while he turns around to get your food prepared, girl, you need to run. Because what he's doing is not okay. He's poisoning your drink. He's poisoning your food. He's preparing to murder you. So if he says, look over there while he's going to take care of your food, girl, run. Get your shit and run. Leave your shit. Run. That is what you need to do. And when he says a secret recipe, you know he's poisoning it. That's like code words for villains. It's a secret recipe. That means he's going to jizz in it or it's totally poisoned. Then let's talk about the abomination. Okay, let's pause it. So, quick, while she isn't looking, you have to get a cold pizza out of the fridge, slice it up with a pizza cutter that you somehow have, slice it up into chunks, place it evenly into a baking dish. Then, you're supposed to be doing all of this before she sees you because you haven't started making dinner yet and you don't want her to see that you're such a fucking nightmare. You have to feed her cold pizza in the form of a lasagna that you've thrown together so she doesn't know that you're a freaking loser and she should leave because she can't see red flags. So anyway, you put the pizza in a baking dish. Then he somehow has ricotta that the voiceover says specifically like that. And he just slops it on. He just slams it into the pizza, this ricotta, into chunks. doesn't bother spreading it out evenly or making it look nice. He just slops it in there.
Making me hungry just thinking about it.
No, Sean, no. That is not making you hungry. That is making you disgusted with yourself. And shame is a cycle. So then he pours a minuscule amount of pizza sauce. Like, that dry ass pizza needs more sauce. He pours a minuscule amount of the sauce and then he sprinkles it with some mozzarella like he's some chick on a diet putting cheese on her pizza and she's not supposed to have dairy. It's a very minuscule amount. And then he's going to put that in the oven. That's going to need at least 20-30 minutes, that thing, I would assume.
Yeah.
So she's still got to deal with him that long. And I know that she saw this happening. She heard that ricotta slam into the pizza and slap into it like that. He was slopping it in. And if that was me, and it got to that point, which it wouldn't, I would never even go over there. If I hear that ricotta slopping into the dish, I'd be like, what is happening over there? It's a terrible noise and it's so loud. So anyway, now he's baking it. Let's see. Does she fall for this? No.
She's not going to be able to tell it's pizza.
We've already discussed she's not very intelligent. But he did not have enough pizza and he did not layer it in the way that it looked when it came out of the oven. That was a layered situation.
Yeah, that's like pizza on the bottom.
Yeah.
Ricotta.
Also,
pizza sauce
it would have
and
had
more pizza.
Yeah, it would have had more cheesiness to it. It looked the dryness I expected it to based on the sauce that he added. But he didn't layer it like it was when it came out of the oven. And, oh, jeez Louise. Somehow he's able to afford fresh greens because there's a little salad on the side. Somehow he's able to afford a beautifully healthy basil plant that's sitting on the table right next to them. That man's not going to go buy basil plants.
You might be able to grow some basil. He could have used some dandelion greens.
You just learned about dandelion greens today. He just learned about them today. And that's why he's mentioning dandelion greens. We're almost done with this. We've still got 30 seconds. Oh my Lord. This guy is unnecessarily proud of himself for only spending 50% of the $20 he has left in the bank to create this awful date in which he has done nothing but proven why he shouldn't be on a date. And I'm not saying he could be a bad guy just because he's broke. That's not what I'm saying. But he is clearly not okay and therefore should not be dating right now. And it didn't seem like they were really conversing or whatever. They didn't talk about everything else. Like, we haven't got the full story here. And I don't buy a lot of what is being presented to us. It's out of character for him based on who we were told he is. And he is so proud of himself. He's just like, hey, I can't wait to go bang another chick for $9. And that's just crazy.
Hopefully he's going to spend the rest of that $20 on condoms or something, because he's not ready to have a kid right now.
No, he's not ready to procreate at all. I do hope that he has condoms. I hope that those are in the budget. And like maybe his, entertainment budget was $20. That's all he had left for the month after paying rent or whatever the hell's going on there. And so I would get that. Make sure that you budget in the condoms, people.
Yeah, yep.
Because if you can't budget in condoms, you can't budget in a child. This has been
very true.
The More You Know. Wow. Well, I'm glad that we're done with that because that was awful and I hated it. I hate Hack My Life. I hate it with a passion. It burns inside of me.
We barely got through
I know.
all the ones that I had.
We will definitely have more Hack My Life, Stupid Life Hacks episodes because there's so much to work with here. You know, with all the talking, I'm not used to this. I'm definitely feeling it in my voice. So it's good that we're done with those things and we can call it for now. But I hope that everyone enjoyed this first episode. Like, it's been really good. I mean, for me, it's very entertaining, even though I hate it. But I like being able to talk about how stupid it is. Because
Yeah.
I know that there are people out there who would agree with me. But I've had a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. So I hope that we can do it again.
All right. I was going to ask some follow-up questions to
Uh-oh. I didn't know this was a test.
Hack My Life.
Okay.
Well, I was going to see, are there any parts of this that you enjoyed?
I really enjoy knowing that I'm smarter than these people and that I don't have to bend to using creamer containers as contact lens cases. I did enjoy that. I enjoyed, commiserating with you. I did enjoy that.
Is there anything in this that you can think of that would make it better? That make it
Like the show?
really enjoyable? Yes.
Well, if it didn't exist, that would make it enjoyable. I think if they had scenarios that made sense, actual real life scenario, to just not care. Like the amount of just frivolity they must experience because they don't care is astounding to me. I can't wrap my brain around it. I just feel like if the scenarios were intelligent and realistic and the hacks presented were thought out and not batshit crazy, it would be helpful and, maybe enjoyable because it would be more educational.
Yeah.
Versus, I don't even know what to call it. I
think that show would be called Problem Solving and not Hack My Life.
There you go. There's the difference. There's the difference.
So, I know I do have one video on here that we don't need to watch, but is a hack that I did do.
You did one?
Yes, we've done this homemade air conditioner one.
Oh, you did do that.
At one point our heat pump went out and I had to get it serviced, so I got a cooler, cut
like
a hole.
Styrofoam, a white styrofoam one, like you put fish bait in.
Yeah. Cut a hole in it and got an elbow piece of dryer tubing and put another hole and put that in it. So there's a fan that goes in the big hole and then this elbow tube comes out and you put ice in the cooler and the fan blows the air into the cooler with the ice and it comes out this tube.
It's very convoluted. There's a lot going on there.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. I mean, the video's only out a minute 20, so I mean.
But do you feel that it worked okay?
I don't know. I mainly had it pointed at you because I think I could go to the office.
I hate heat. That's one thing I hate is heat. I don't like heat. It's not just that I'm like a bougie princess. I mean, I kind of am, but that's not the reason I hate heat. It's because I get too hot. I have this sort of intolerance, great intolerance, if you will, to cold and heat, especially since my thyroid ran away. And I will feel like I want to murder someone. I will be so angry and I get anxious and I start to have panic attacks. It makes me feel like I'm choking to death. So I did need that. I can see where that would be a more of a practical, helpful thing when life has thrown you too many lemons.
Yeah. It helped in a pinch.
Yeah, in a pinch.
I think we only needed it for a day or something.
Yeah.
And I think it worked for that day. It helped. It offered some relief.
You could just use a fan too, but there was some relief. Fans exist in the world. You don't have to make your own fan.
Yeah, I suppose a spray bottle and a fan probably would have.
I mean,
worked.
That's been done. We've done it before.
That's another life hack. If you don't know, spray bottle, spray it down on your skin, point a fan at you, Nice and cool.
These people are smarter than that. They've done that before. They know that that didn't just start happening. I feel like they would know. That would be the first thing they would think of, is like, oh, spray bottle, I need to wet myself down and stand in front of a fan.
And I know the other hack that you tried, because I made you watch through some of these. And
I don't remember any of
there
them
was
either.
one that you used that you were kind of excited about.
Okay.
And you're like, all right, that seems like that might work. That might be doable. That might help me. And that was using press and seal for necklaces.
Oh, that one. Okay, so for that one, you take your press and seal, the saran wrap where it sticks.
It kind of has a sticky layer a little bit, sort
Yeah,
of.
it's kind of gross. You take the press and seal and you lay necklaces that you want to take with you traveling, where normally if they might be in a pouch, they would get tangled, it would be a mess, it would take forever to get them undone, it would maybe ruin the necklace, whatever. You take the necklaces and you lay them out on the press and seal. That way they're kind of sticking to the glue of the press and seal and they're not moving. They're not going to get tangled. You're essentially laminating them in press and seal so they don't get tangled.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You fold it over.
You fold over the press and seal, you like smooth it out, and the necklace is then encased in press and seal like a dragonfly in amber, and it's not going anywhere. So that worked well for going. But guess what? When you try to rip open some press and seal, it's not going to stay like that the whole time. You can't reuse the press and seal to put that around your necklace when you go home. You have to take the necklaces out and throw away the sticky ass press and seal.
You gotta pack the press and seal with you.
No, that's just a waste. And if you're going to somewhere where there's more stores, I guess you could buy a whole roll of press and seal
But you're not
and then
gonna
leave
use
it with someone you're visiting.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to be a tourist, you don't have anything to do but leave it at the hotel room, and they're going to throw that stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a friggin' waste of press and seal.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad for the environment. You got to think about that too.
True.
You want to waste some press and seal? I mean, when we went to Hawaii, we bought hangers because I like all my stuff hung up, and there's never enough hangers. But we took those hangers home with us.
Definitely.
And we use them in the garage, in the laundry room.
Mm-hmm.
So don't waste.
There's a life hack for you. Get some cheap hangers.
Yeah,
where
we
you're
just
going.
went to Walmart off the plane and got a pack of hangers for like $5. Used those, and we're like, hey, we're going to take them home.
Mm-hmm.
So we fit them all. We made them fit into the suitcase, and we still use them.
Booyah.
Bing, bang, bong. Hacked. Hailey hacked.
Do you have any pitches for a new show?
No, because I don't even think they should be doing this. And I don't, it would have to be well thought out to be scenarios in which normal people would find themselves. I don't want it to be some ramshackle thing strung together by jumbly words that have been spewed out of someone's mouth during some kind of round table meeting. I don't want it to be some kind of word salad of situations. I would want it to be well thought out. If I'm presenting helpful tips for people to get through some kind of crappy situation,
Yeah.
I'd want it to be real and helpful and not some nightmare of a scenario that no one should find themselves in.
The only thing I could think of is like kind of like a humorous short series for in something of like the universe of that Invincible show on Amazon Prime or I don't know, some superhero type one where it's like life hacks for superheroes, like go get some coal, use your super strength and heat vision to compress and heat it into a diamond.
Oh my gosh. Hey, if you can do that, that's how you get your money.
Yeah, so all kinds of, superhero life hacks.
I mean, it's more interesting because they can do special things.
Yeah.
So then you could get creative with it. Like, why not?
Yeah.
You're basically an artist at that point. Yeah, I wouldn't know everybody's powers to get scenarios going.
Yeah.
Someone else is gonna have to take.
Don't have any ice cream? Just add some milk and salt together, and then fly up to space.
Oh my goodness!
Cool it down.
You gotta radiate that stuff and then feed it to people. That ain't right. No, I still don't like that. Changed my mind. I don't like it. I don't like it. Hated it. Denied. Pitch denied.
All right, I think we've pretty well. I mean, I still have like more videos, and oh man, I got like a compilation one. There's ones on Instagram and Reels and TikToks.
Okay, well, we definitely know that we'll come back to this topic again and again.
There's a lot.
Oh, and I hope this has flowed nicely and that the people enjoy it. But I've had fun, so that's what's important. You know, even if nobody listens to it, we had fun. I think.
And I can't wait to try the pizza lasagna.
Yeah.
And dyeing a shirt with some beets.
That's on you.
It's gonna be
your
great.
thing. The only thing I ask is that you clean up after yourself. I don't want to see beet stains anywhere.
Oh man.
Because that stuff can get all over the place. Take the dyeing beet water and distill it into some kind of beet syrup stuff. And then there you go. You got a syrup for your cocktail. Hacked. See how crazy it is?
That seems too far.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Go on believing that. Anyway, on that note, I think we should wrap this up.
Man of few words, but many giggles.
Many, many giggles. He's like a white Ron Funches. We look forward to meeting you here again in the future, and take care of yourselves.
Yeah.
We don't have a tagline. We'll have to think about it.
Keep on hating.
I don't want to put that out in the world. No. Let's come back to that. We'll circle back.
Haters gonna hate.
If people have ideas, they can send those in. We're open. Anyway, look, we'll see you next time, and we look forward to that, and we hope that you do too.
Indeed. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
Let's try this, guys. Thanks for hating with Hailey. We'll see you again soon.
Oh, we'll definitely be doing it again, because I have a lot of hates written down. And I'm looking forward to hearing from everybody else to see if they got any of their hates. You can email me specifically at hatemail@HaileyHatesEverything.com if you don't want Hailey to be aware of what you're sending me. Otherwise, you can email us at HaileyHatesEverything@gmail.com.
That's where I take my fan mail. Thank you.
You can visit HaileyHatesEverything.com, the website, which will have all kinds of links and resources for you. You can find out all of Hailey's social media stuff and blog and video and everything like that.
Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Hailey_hates_everything, and leave us a 5-star review. You can leave us a less than review, but we do really want the 5-star reviews. So if you want to review us, that'd be great. We would love that. We would appreciate it very much.
And we'll be coming back next week with the results of the life hacks that I'm trying out. So
yeah, there were a bit of experimentation, and I'm really excited to talk about those.
Yeah, it'll be
very interesting.
Very interesting. Well, I think that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.